Let us continue with our lesson and let us try to fix the issue. So first of all, let us try to put a breakpoint somewhere over here, and let's go to the sign up view model, and I will put a breakpoint over here and also in a catch block. So let's try to run the debug. Okay, so I have filled up the form already, and let us try to log in. Okay, sign up, sorry, not to log in. And okay, so we are over here, and let's try to press F8 from the keyboard. And okay, so let's try to F8. So okay, so it's got the exception over here, and we cannot evoke the set value. Okay, so we are set the value over here. That can be done because we are in a background thread, right? So we are in a background thread, so we cannot make use. Sorry for that. Every time I told you that the set value should be used in the main thread, and post value should be used in the background thread whenever we are using a mutable live data. So I made a mistake over here, so sorry for that. And I can say that the post value, and in the post value I can just update it. But another thing about the post value is we have already faced this issue quite a few times, that whenever we post a value from a background thread, and whenever the main thread try to access that value, that value may not be updated at such a speed that the main activity we are observing that value, and that may cause a null pointer exception because the value we are actually emitting it maybe haven't updated it correctly from the background thread. So we are emitting it in the main thread, and if you see that we are getting it, observing it in the main thread, and we are posting it from the background thread. So that may cause a bit null pointer exception sometime, and we also have to need to take care of it. So instead of using our live data over here, we're returning a live data, we can just make use of, I think I just remove all of this. So I'll create a new function over here, and I will say as a function, and just copy the whole things from here. And I'm not going to return any live data back to the activity or the fragment, sign up fragment. So I'll just return a success or the failure. So for that, what we can make use over here is a coroutine scope, and I can say dispatcher, right? Dispatcher that we have to do all the tasks in the background thread. So we say our dispatcher that, and I can launch the background thread over here now. And in this thread, I will perform all of my tasks. So I can just cut this section and paste it inside here. And I don't need to emit the value, right? So I'm not observing that value, and I don't need any written value. So I just need it was a success or failure. I don't need to get what the value or what is the data returned from the server. So I can just refactor that one. I can just say as a register, and I can just call that a function normally. So I don't have to observe it. So I can just remove the observer from here. So I just call the register from here, and over here is success. I have post value is success. Now what I can do is I can observe this is success. So whenever there is a is success is changed, get updated from the background thread, so we can observe that one in our main activity, which so that will not have a null pointer exception. If we make it return a live data over here, then the value is success may not be updated correctly from the background. So we just use observe the is success, which is a live data, and see whenever the value changes updated, then we will show our success dialog or the failure dialog. So let's observe that one. I hope you guys got it what I'm actually talking about here. If you still have some confusion, do let me know. So I will try to create a new video, or I'll try to explain it to you guys. So I have to just observe it is success over here, and in the is success I can just observe it, and this, and let's create the observer. And now I can just say if I can just say like I can also do a null check. If not now, then go and run something, run our code, which should be alpha. If and I check it is true, then I'm going to show the success dialog. And in the else part, I can just else. I'll just go and show the unsuccess dialog, which is the unsuccessful dialog. Just copy and paste it over here. It's the function. Okay. So that should be fine, and I hope you guys got it. And I think we have already used that one in somewhere like task view model edit. Yeah, we have used that in the view model. So we are not returning the live data. Just we are using the Kotlin coroutine scope over here, and we just are observing the is success. So that's the same thing we are doing over here. And I think I don't need dispatcher.io. Just make use of IO and make sure you have imported that one, dispatcher.io. These are all not used. I can just remove that one, whatever is not used. That will clean up your code. So that should be better. And we can also say, if you take over here, we have a loading. I can just copy the whole thing itself for loading. And I can show a process dialog too. Over here and loading. And it's loading. I can just say somewhere here it's loading. Well, it's loading. It's loading. It's sorry, not it's loading only. So loading. Loading dot value, right? Loading dot value. I can set value over here because it's not in the background thread. So this is a background thread which we are using coroutine scope. So value it should be of a true. So we are loading over here. And if we go to the success, then I can just say that loading dot post value, because it's a background thread, post value should be of a false. So which will hide our loading. And over here it's also I can say loading dot value. This is not in the background thread as a false. And I can just copy this whole section and just paste it over here. Or else we can just make use of this one, post value. I think it is still in the background thread because we are in the coroutine launcher in the IO thread, which is in the background thread. So that should be fine. And also for this one, let's do the post value, and also for this one too. So the post value, and let's try to observe that one. And let's fix this one too, and that should be fine. So we should be good to go over here, and we can observe this in loading in activity. So let's observe in the observer. I can observe somewhere here, ViewModel dot loading sorry, it should be observed, and honor is this comma observer. Then I can just go to the somewhere like here in the layout, and it should be of a sign up activity, and I can add one process dialog over here. So let's try to add a process dialog. Just go and search for the process dialog, and somewhere over here I think, right, should be fine. Let's add it somewhere over here. And where is that one? Where did it go? Okay, so just come up, and let's try to constrain it. The top to the bottom. Sorry, what happened to it? And left hand, right. I think if we are over here, it may not show properly because of this edit text. I think I should show properly somewhere at the image section. And okay, so let's try. I think it should be fine. So progress part 2. Do we have any progress bar over here? No, I think we don't have progress bar. So I can just say progress bar and on which each of a sign up. Progress bar on the sign up. Or we can just say sign up. And now we can just copy this thing. And if you go to the sign up activity, and over here I can say sign up dot visibility, and I think you guys know that. And if which is of it is true, then I'm just going to say that view dot visible. If it's true, then also view dot visible. In the else part, I can say that view dot gone, right? So that should be fine. And let's try to test it out. Just run it. Let's not debug it. I think we don't need to debug it. It should be fine because we have fixed that issue. And let's see. Okay, so if you go to form and you can see that the progress bar is loading, and I think we need to hide it. So let's go to the visibility and need to hide that one on the activity startup. It should be gone. And let's run the application one more time. And so I have filled up my form already. So let's try to sign up. Okay, so it's showing. Okay, so that's great. And you have successfully created a new, and just click on OK. Okay, so that's great. And we have successfully refactored and fixed most of the issue. So if you still have facing some of the error, you do let me know, and I think you guys should know now how to fix all of the issue that we are facing. So let's meet up in the next lecture, and in the next lecture we will go and refactor some of the still if we have a profile, we need to refactor that one, profile fragment and also the edit profile. So let's meet up in our next lecture. Till then, have a great day.